Johnny Walker versus Thiago Santos. How do we feel about this fight, guys? Smash that like button and subscribe if you are new here. Let's talk the main event of UFC Vegas 38. It definitely underdelivered. I think everybody thought this fight would end inside the distance. A lot of guys probably throwing big dinero down at that. You look at how the fight goes. Starting off, Walker controlling distance really well in that first round. Looked solid. At the end of the day, he looked like a tall fighter that knows how to use his range. Santos looked plodding, slow, and overly patient. Round two, Santos starts to have some moments, starts to put some pressure, starts to etch a bit forward, and I think wins the round. Third round, some of the same from Santos. Walker not doing a ton, giving that round also to Santos. Right now, it's 2-1 for Thiago Santos. Round four, some moments for Walker. I think you can kind of give it towards him. I mean, at the end of the day, from range, he was good. In close, he would mix it up a bit. He'd have moments, but there wasn't anything drastic happening. If you look at Johnny Walker's whole game this fight, it was purely based around kicks, a little bit of clinch work, but mostly kicks from range. The man did not land much boxing. His boxing skill was not there. He has a really difficult time using it. And Thiago Santos on the other side has a hard time exploding into range like he used to. Granted, he landed a money straight in that last round that Thiago Santos would probably drop most people with. Johnny Walker stood up to it, I will say. If you go back and rewatch it, the reason that Walker stood up to it is his height. Because he's longer and farther away, it was at the very edge of the punch, and it didn't really go through him as much as it would have with a guy, a closer wingspan, and he would have been closer too. So that's kind of why I think Johnny Walker ate the shot. He also rolled with it pretty nicely. Santos had a good performance, I would say, for a guy that hasn't won in years, learned how to walk again. But is it, oh, give me Santos for the title? I want to see Santos fight for the belt. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think Santos would do well in the top of the division at this point. Johnny Walker is a back end guy of the top 10. He's a fun guy to watch. He's a prospect. I don't know. I think he's a little bit too sloppy with his boxing skills. I think they're not up to par enough with his other martial arts techniques. He's very wild and sporadic, which makes him a dangerous fighter. But as far as technical skill set, Johnny Walker is not the upper echelon of the UFC by any means, really. I see Johnny Walker as a guy that's enjoyable to watch, fun, wild, crazy. But at the end of the day, against Ryan Spann, he got nearly knocked out in the first round. Crazy that him and Thiago Santos goes all five. You look at Santos, really boring one in the last one versus Rakic. Prior to that, Glover Teixeira beats him. Before that, the John Jones fight. That was his, greatest fight of his career, I guess, nearly beating John Jones. Do I want to see Santos fight the upper echelon of guys in the division? I guess you have to. He's ranked 5. Where does he go from here? I think maybe him and Anthony Smith run it back. I know Smith has said he wants Rakic, but that rematch doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And let's be honest, Rakic is the snooze man of the weight class. Maybe the most boring style. He's had 2 of the most boring fights in the division, Smith versus Rakic and Santos versus Rakic. I'd rather see Smith fight Santos than seeing that fight. And honestly, Santos didn't look super entertaining, but I think the height difference that Johnny Walker brings is the reason he struggled so much. He wasn't able to get inside the range like he normally does and land those powerful shots. And those knees, trust me, there's some serious wear and tear. It's hard for him to explode anywhere near his ability that he was like more so, in his youth and his first run, coming into the light heavyweight division before John Jones mangled Thiago Santos' knees. As far as what is next for Johnny Walker, because I think for Thiago, you go Anthony Smith. That's the fight I want to see. If you're talking Johnny Walker, it's hard, right? Because he's maybe more of a back-end guy. I'll pull up the rankings real quick. We have to check the official rankings. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking, does he fight somebody that's ranked in front of him? Or do we force him to maybe fight someone behind him? As of right now, he was number 10 in the world. Johnny Walker, loss against number 5 in the world. Dominic Reyes, Johnny Walker, I don't hate it. The loser of Ankalaev Ozdemir versus Walker is definitely a potential fight, or you could even see him maybe fighting like a Jim Crute or Jamal Hill, somebody more like that. It really is going to depend on what the UFC wants to do. I personally like if Volkan Ozdemir and him are able to scrap. That's the fight I'd want to see, depending on how Ozdemir fight goes with Ankalaev. Personally, I think he loses. So Ankalaev moves forward. I think Volkan Ozdemir taking on Johnny Walker. That's a fight that I want to see. I think it'd be a very interesting matchup. But overall, pretty solid card. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the post notifications if you guys are new here. Much love. UFC Vegas 38 wrapped up. UFC predictions coming tomorrow for the full card. UFC Vegas 39. Tune into those. Much love, everybody. Have a great night. See you all in the next video.